Ladies and gentlemen, thank you and welcome to this quick training, this quick informational, to be able to give you guys some nuggets, hopefully, to help you on your journey. Today, we're going to be discussing the keys to unlocking your best self and talking about how personal development can help you reach your full potential. My name is Jeffrey Meheji, and I appreciate you again for taking the time out to invest in yourself and start this journey to personal development. I'm definitely excited about my journey, and I'm excited to share some of the things that I'm doing that have been making a lot of changes for me personally. And I believe that if you are open minded in receiving the information, you'll definitely be able to apply some of these tips and some of these keys and start changing your personal situation yourself. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to talk about in this is goal setting. So when we talk about goal setting, I want you guys to understand that goals are very important, and it's very important to write your goals out. Clear goals mean that you can actually visualize and almost see that goal and make it come to pass because you're visualizing and making sure that you're focusing on that goal and making sure that it's at the tip of your mind every single time. So that's how you can see progress, is because you're constantly thinking about that goal and you're constantly working and moving towards that goal, and you'll achieve the success that you're after if you can focus and make sure that your goals are clearly written out, specific, measurable, attainable, and challenging. And goals you can look at sort of like a GPS. If you are planning a trip, you don't just get in the car and drive. You have a destination and look at your goals sort of like your destination. I always like to say in 5 years, you will arrive. Where will you arrive? It's either going to be a destination that you are visualizing and you're focused on and you can see clear as day. And when you arrive, you know that you've arrived. Or it's going to be a destination that you arrive and you're going to say, where am I? Right? So you want to make sure that you're following your goals and the path that you're setting yourself up for, okay? Important. Next thing is self-awareness. When I say self-awareness, it means understanding your strengths and understanding your weaknesses, right? Make sure that you're giving yourself the okay to be weak in certain areas and just recognize those areas so that you can spend time to improve on those areas. It's important to reflect on your habits. It's important to reflect on your behaviors. Those things affect your thoughts, and the thought patterns obviously will lead to the awareness. So if you're thinking correctly, if you're thinking about the right things, if your behaviors and your habits are aligned with the goals that you set for yourself, then obviously you're going to be doing things differently. And you're going to be doing things based on your thoughts, your goals, and making sure that your actions are aligned with those things. So it's important to be aware of the strengths, the weaknesses, the things that can knock you off your path, so that that way, once you recognize those things, you get back on track quickly. Okay. Next thing is continuous learning, right? That light bulb goes off in our head sometimes, and we're excited about the things that we've learned along the way. Sometimes I feel like people get out of school and they stop learning. They feel like everything that they needed to learn, they've done the learning at school already, and now that they're in the real world, no learning needs to take place. Well, if you think about your cell phone and your computers, every once in a while there's updates that happen, and your brain is like a computer. So you have to keep updating the information that you've been receiving. Otherwise, you're going to be operating with old data, old information that may not be relevant. So just the same way your devices get updated, your brain again is a supercomputer that came up with the devices, that came up with the updates. So why wouldn't you update your brain? Why wouldn't you update the information that you're operating under? The CPU, right? Let's update that by continue to seek out knowledge, to continue to seek out learning, to continue to seek out relationships that will make us grow, because the people that we're hanging around with are the people that are going to influence the habits, that are going to influence the behaviors. So you want to align yourself with people that are in the position that you want to be, or going in the same direction that you're traveling in. Okay? Very important. Next key, I have management of the activity. Now, some people will say time management, and I don't think you can manage time, but I definitely believe you can manage the activity that you do in a given amount of time. And I say that because we all have 24 hours in a day, but we all do different things with the 24 hours. And this is where procrastination, excuses come in. And a lot of times, if you allow that to happen, you basically are giving up the dream by allowing the procrastination to take place, right? So don't let time fly without using that time wisely. Make sure that you have a game plan for your day. Plan ahead so that the next day you're already a step ahead and you're just executing versus wasting time planning, right? Simple things that successful people do. They're easy to do, but they're also easy not to do. So take the time to plan your activities and manage those activities, because you cannot manage time. Time is going to go regardless of what you do. What you can manage is the activities that you get done in the amount of time that you have. Okay. Next thing is resilience. Resilience. On your journey, you're definitely going to run into challenges, obstacles, and hurdles, and things that are going to knock you off your path and maybe slow you down. But it's important to continue to have positive self-talk and not allow the negative self-talk to come into play and steal your dream. It's very important for you to focus on the positives, focus on the whys, focus on the reasons that you started the journey in the first place. And there's going to be people, there's going to be places, there's going to be things that are going to be happening. And it's up to you to stay focused and remember why, again, you started the challenge in the first place, the growth journey in the first place, the development that you wanted to see in yourself. There's a price to pay, and you committed when you started. So now that there's challenges and obstacles, that doesn't mean that you can't finish, right? There's situations with people that have overcome more obstacles and challenges than you have. So what's the reason that you can't overcome your obstacles or your challenges? Don't make excuses. Get results. If you need help, there's definitely people out there. Just reach out, read a book, phone a friend, leave a comment, leave a message. There's people to help you. Next thing, very important, mindset. And some people might think, man, this should have been the top of the list. All of these things are important, and mindset is very important. Similar to continuous learning that we talked about, the mindset has to continue to grow. You have to be open to receiving new things, new information, and learning and changing the mindset, just like you update the information for your CPU. Again, the brain, you want to make sure that your mindset is constantly developing, adapting, and adopting new things. You don't want to be fixed like the right side of the tree with no leaves. You want your mind to continue to be growing new branches and new leaves and new things happening. You want to be able to have new abilities developed, new qualities, right? That doesn't happen if you're not open. That doesn't happen if you're not searching and seeking, right? Accountability. Now, accountability is one that a lot of people struggle with, and I struggled with for a long time. But let me tell you, once you start becoming more accountable, you start seeing things change in your life. You start seeing the things that you want come to pass because you're just holding yourself accountable to getting things done, to not making excuses, to doing the actions and making the progress towards your goals. Because you know what it is you want and you know why you want what you want. And no one's going to be able to go after it with more effort and intention than you. So again, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, be accountable to yourself. Set goals. Make sure that you're aware of things that are going to be able to knock you off that path, and be aware that if you get knocked off your path, that doesn't mean you failed. It's just a setback that's preparing you for a comeback, and you have to realize that and be aware of it, and don't give up and don't quit. Okay? So last thing, take action. Get started now on whatever it is that you've been procrastinating on, that you've been making excuses and not getting done. The personal development journey starts now. Get started. Make a goal, make a game plan. Come up with a vision of where you want to be by the end of the year. What are the things that you need to do? What are the activities that'll get you closer to that goal? It's just that simple. It's just that simple. But some people are not going to take the time to do it because, it's not that important to them. And those are the same people, I guarantee it, that'll be complaining about their situation at the end of the year because they neglected to do those things which are simple to do. Again, folks, I don't want to keep you too long. I thank you for the time. I thank you for the attention. And we will definitely continue to share more information to assist in your personal development and growth journey. I'm always here to help. If you have questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to reach out, and I'll be more than happy to help. You guys have a great day and enjoy yourself.